military defense, civil defense, economical defense, social defense, and this side.
Do you know what is total defense all about?
Yes, it's about eating cup noodles in school.
Also eating about sweet potato porridge. What are the 5 pillars of total defense?
Military defense, civil defense, economical defense, social defense, and this side.
No, actually it's psychological defense. Fine.
In my opinion, I think total defense is about having an individual part to play in Singapore's defense. Military, civil, economic, social, and psychology.
Total defense is about the day Japanese conquer Singapore, then blah blah blah, then Singapore surrender. The 5 pillars is social defense, economic defense, civil defense, psychological defense, and one more.
Total defense is about defending the country to me.
And total defense day is about the day to celebrate the defense of the country.
The 5 pillars of the total defense day is civil defense and social defense. I can't remember the other 3.
And the 5 pillars of total defense are military defense, economic defense, and health defense. I can't remember.
Total defense is whereby Singaporeans try to serve our country with pride and hope. Yeah. So what are the 5 pillars of total defense? Civil defense, military defense, social defense, psychology defense, economic defense.
To some it may seem cliche and ironic, but it's the truth in life. Like if Singapore does get into a war, your loved ones may get killed or be wounded, or some bad things may happen. So yeah, when you think about it, doing NS is really just about the people around you and the people you care about. When I do my national service, the first thing I protect is my country. This is where I was born. Secondly, my family and all my friends. Singapore has been an outstanding country, so it's always important to safeguard what's rightfully ours. I want to protect the things that is important to me, my friends, my family. I'm serving my country to defend it.
enemy to be seen as a deterrent force. You have to be able to mobilize your troops at a short notice and in sufficient numbers to actually make a difference in the fight.
Training in OCS was tough. We were put through a lot of rigorous physical training and emotional and mental duress, but the best part was that at the end of the day, my family was always there to give me the moral encouragement and support that I needed.
When Ashraf was first enlisted to NS, I felt a little bit apprehensive. I was worried if he could actually cope with the rigorous army training. As a mother, I think my main contribution is, of course, to give him moral support.
The senior commander once told me that you can only own what you defend. And it's because of this that I believe that every Singaporean son must be willing to put their lives on the line. We cannot be complacent and we cannot take our peace for granted.
Hey, Bata, I felt you might be accommodating horse.
As a national serviceman, I'm definitely very thankful to be part of this deployment, as I believe not many national servicemen get to have this kind of opportunity to come for this anti-piracy operation. I know that this will be a part of my memory that I can look back on.
The most important thing is soldiers themselves have to have that spirit to want to serve, to want to fight, to know that this is a very serious business and Singapore's security depends on them. For the NSF, for 2 years while they're 18 years old, but also for the NS men for another quite long period of time in their lives. And they have jobs, they have families, they have many other things to worry about. I think we owe them something.
Now the whole building is starting to shake uncontrollably. Pillars are cracking. Walls are giving way. An unstoppable, catastrophic collapse is set in motion. In one terrifying minute, the Hotel New World suffers total structural failure. Trapping dozens of people. .35 a.m. Within 8 minutes, emergency workers start arriving. Singapore's top military medic, Dr. Lim Meng Kim, rushes to help. He's stunned by the scale of this unprecedented catastrophe. 12:30 p.m. About 1 hour after the collapse, back on the surface, there's good news. The rescue teams find a survivor, a tourist, who is staying on the top floors of the hotel. Shortly afterwards, they haul a second survivor, a local shopkeeper, from the hotel debris. The rescuers hastily put together a list of all those known to have been in the building when it collapsed. They can account for everyone known to have been in the hotel on the top 4 floors.
During the Asia financial crisis, I don't think I was that badly affected. Most civil servants are not badly affected because we draw fixed salaries. Right? Perhaps, if I remember correctly, there might be curtailment of our increment. There was, I think, we had to give up some of our bonuses. That's quite minimal, actually.
What are your wishes for Singapore to strengthen economic defense in the future?
Okay, economic defense is about preparing for adverse conditions in the economy. It can be things like depression, recession, right? It can be like what happened, events elsewhere caused the financial crisis to happen, and people are very badly affected because exports from Singapore was reduced because companies are scaling down. So when we have to prepare for futures like this, eventualities like this, we have to make sure that we are prudent, right? The government made a lot of cuts, right? They make cuts in cost of companies, make them more competitive so that they can sell the products at more competitive rates. They want us to be more prudent, right? They emphasize the value of savings, right? And we were thinking about growing our own talent so that we don't have to import foreign laborers.
If there will be another economic crisis, will you make the same sacrifice for the country or not?
Like I said earlier, there was very little sacrifices that I made, right? But if it was necessary, well, I would be in a position to help, right? If they need us to save, we'll save more. If they need us to buy local products, we'll buy local products to support our local industries.
Financial crisis of 1997. There was an overheating of the economy and the rapidly growing Southeast Asian countries formed a bubble. The bubble burst on July 1997. It was known as the Asian financial crisis of 1997. This crisis began in Thailand after the Thai baht, which is Thailand's currency, collapsed. Thailand had a huge foreign debt and was bankrupt. There were fears of the financial contagion spreading worldwide. It did. The crisis spread through the rest of the region, and other countries of Southeast Asia saw the stock market slow. Indonesia, South Korea, and Thailand Thailand were the most affected. The rest of the countries were less affected, but they all experienced a fall in demand and confidence. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or what is known as the ASEAN, had a debt of 180% in the worst part of the crisis.
I do not believe that we are in the situation of the Asian financial crisis. The fundamentals are stronger than they were back then in 1997. The banks are better capitalized, non-performing loans are lower, capital adequacy ratios respectable. The external balance is generally stronger, although some countries have recently slipped into deficits. And countries have built up reserves significantly higher than last time.
However, Mr. Lee explained that there are deeper issues facing many Asian economies, and how these are addressed will determine how well the countries fare in the long term. The first is demographics. While Asia is home to some of the most rapidly aging societies, others such as India, Indonesia, and Vietnam also have youthful societies. He warned that unemployed youth could pose social and political problems if the issue is not addressed. The second challenge, said Mr. Lee, is generational changes. He explained that changes in values, experiences, attitudes, and aspirations between one generation to the next is happening faster than ever. The third challenge is economic and social transformation, and Mr. Lee says Asian economies have every potential to continue growing faster than advanced countries and to catch up with them, or at least narrow the gap. But all these are only possible with peace and security in the region.
During maths lesson, Junho, a foreign student from Korea, is always topping the class. Singaporean students see Junho as a person who came to Singapore to steal the top academic positions.
Hey, can you teach me this question? You're not going to know, right? No one will use. How do you guys? I'm not sorry as well. You're not sorry. I'm feel sorry as well.
What's going on here? Why are you so noisy?
Jay is disturbing us. I'm just asking you a question.
What are you asking him?
We don't know how the question how to teach.
Yeah, just take the super and read.
Okay, just to be honest, we really decide to go and come to Singapore for what? Just to take our top positions, right? Yeah?哎，太吃鸡饭了！要而且我们给我们什么啊？不要问。刚刚你们他们就会来给我定义，你要做多少年才年？然后他定义出来，你不能忘记前年是几个月啊？你说你要让他为什么才出生啊？他是在这边里面，啊，对对。Wow, some people they just do that stuff.
Sometimes you know they were speaking Chinese and they speak English, so they
Thank you for your honesty, Harry. How about you, Wei? What are some situations that you see any of your foreign friends getting messed up? Some situations, okay, to say that what I can say, like during recess when we buy food and we are discussing about what we should buy during recess, we tend to speak in Chinese because sometimes it's easier for us to speak in our languages. Then after we decide, we then tell our foreign friend what we want in English. So it's like he doesn't have any say in what we decided. Okay, that's all. What do you expect from a local friend so that you're not left out? What about you, Wei? What do you think you should do in order to make your foreign friends be left out? I think that we should speak English more often and not using our own language, so that you'll be so she'll understand us and not knowledge and culture. So in a way, it's a win-win solution.
Okay. How about you, Flora?
As you know that foreign students are more academic better than us, so that it creates competition among us, which in turn motivate us to achieve better results.
Thank you, Lily and Flora, for allowing us to interview you guys. Thank you. Guys, can you teach me this question? Yes, of course! You can't have a top question of this question. Oh, this question makes me go to the one now. If you're really not sure about it, then I can teach you out. Yeah. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Yes! This is all. 吃出来了，没有问什么问题。那你们问我要吃什么？有没有问？你看全身这个不一样，你跟我说5家嘛，这个我一个小问题，有问题，你看这个。
No warning, the news release protected with foreign disease. Mouth, ears, my head, so scary we were afraid. Slang the window, seal the door, disinfect and mop the floor. People wear masks, we all fear, run as fast as possible. Dr. Lucy, very busy, where's to wear masks look like crazy. Took care of us with loving patience, some of them ended up as the patient. Inspiring the nation, heroes from all professions, uncles, aunties, boys and girls, played a part in this battle. The spirit of togetherness, snap, snap, hit the fast virus. Off it goes and run like